Hello? Can anyone hear me? Hello? Anyone out there? Yes, perfect. Perfect. Hi. Hi, I'm not clearly. Okay. Now? Is that all right? This is kind of new. I'm still messing around. How about now? That all right? Okay. I think this is good. Yeah. Great. Thump it, we ball. Hi. Hi there. Uh, I'm Dimble. Dimble of the Dudayans. Uh, I am new here. I just started streaming today, and I'm excited. I'm very excited. This is my first stream. Dimple Door. Uh, Emily, J Train, Emily, James, and Logan. Thank you so much for following. I'm very excited to just get started because it is my debut as a PNG tuber. I finally have the drive to do what I've always wanted to do. And I think this is good. Hey Zero, how you doing? As you can tell, I'm just slightly nervous. Definitely not having 2 panic attacks in a row before then. But yeah, doing good, a little busy. I'm glad you're able to stop by at least. That's perfectly fine. Dredgen, hi. How you doing? Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Anyway, I just came I came to this. If you don't know, I'm an alien, and things are a little messy in the background here. I had to, uh, yeah, don't mention it. Glad you could stop by and say hi. Anyway, things were a little cramped in my living quarters, so I moved to the engine room of the ship. Don't mind the drive cord. It doesn't give off radiation for the most part, only if there's a leak. I patched it this morning, so it should be fine. But anyway, I'm a salvager, and I was on a system not too far from here, getting some stuff, getting some scrap, and I found this satellite. I think it belongs to you. It says, hold on, I knew this. I read it. I learned how to spell via with your language via something called YouTube. Uh, Voyager? I think so. I think that's it. Anyway, you guys have a lot of stuff flying around. Like the Pioneer? Why are you guys sending pictures of your naked bodies? Why are you sending nudes? You're not going to contact the right kinds of aliens with that kind of way to say hello. Okay? I've seen some real nasty stuff. They are on Diddy time. You don't want to get them. Okay? Anyhow, I found this, came to your planet. You guys have a lot of stuff floating around. Like, a lot, a lot. Who the hell keeps sending this stuff up here? Anyway, I decided I was going to clean this stuff up. And I may have swiped a couple more of your satellites. Don't bother sending out an Amber Alert. You're not getting them back. I may have pawned them already. But while I'm here, I ended up falling in love with this thing called VTubers. So hopefully I can get one day. Hopefully I can be one. Yeah. So, how are you guys doing? How has your days been? This is mostly just going to be yapping and a PowerPoint to show off who I am, where I'm from, what I do. It's going good? That's great. I recently got I think it was Advanced GG in the mail, but because I used a code for a friend, and I got it finally after all this time. Mostly I'm a Gamer Subs fan, but I decided to give Advanced GG a try. Some of it looked really good. Don't tell my Kamiyoshi I didn't use Gamer Subs. I'm excited for this. I've been working on this for about a couple months now. It's going to be pretty scuffed, like stream layouts, things like that. It's going to be very scuffed. Mostly because, well, while my people, the Dudayans, are pretty good with fixing stuff and putting stuff together, I'm more of a take it apart kind of person. Oh, thank you. I like the detail. I love this engine room. And don't worry, that drive core is shielded. As long as it still has power. Did it? Okay, it does. Perfect. For the first stream, I would like to set up my PowerPoint for you guys, just to let you guys know what's going on. So, without further ado, let's get to the lore. The lore. Let me just move me over here. Yeah, look at that handsome devil. Building a nuke? No. It's only a nuke if it explodes. That won't explode. But yeah, here is my lore PowerPoint for Dimble Dude. It's more of a nickname that a lot of people call me. So, my name is Dimble, Dimble of the Dudayans. I don't think my last name can be translated into English. My nicknames tend to be Dimble, D, a nickname that one specific streamer calls me, Big Dick Dimble. Only she's allowed to call me that. Or as a lot of other people call me, that one dumbass. Or, hey, that's the guy that stole my engine. If it was your engine, then why is it in my cargo hold? Being sold. Curious. But my race, I am a Dudayan, hence Dimble Dude. I am an independent salvager. I go around cutting apart ships and satellites and basically any cleanup debris in general. Most of the time it's ships. I love taking apart ships. It's a very risky job, though. Like sometimes you gotta you gotta shut off the valves to the fuel, make sure to not depressurize the cabin, make sure to not damage any reactors or drive cores, because that's how we get faster than light travel. I am from the Dudayan fleet, as pretty much all Dudayans are, of the ISS Voltana. That was one of the first ships that's one of the 30 ships that left my homeworld. And I'm proud of it. I love painting Warhammer models. It was a hobby of mine. And I've and it's something that I want to do as content as well, in addition to this streaming. I collect Space Marines, both regular and Chaos. Imperial Fists and Emperor's Children are my bread and butter. I also paint models for themed after VTubers, which I've done for several. I love penguins. They are my favorite animals of all time. They are the best. They are my favorite animal. Number one, they cannot be beat. I think it's because a lot of the times my parents took turns raising me, while one would go and do their job, the other would stay home and take turns doing so, much like a penguin. A big fan of VTubers, as you can see. I've been watching them since, I want to say 2018, 2019. The first one I ever watched was the first two I ever watched was Project Melody. Not like that. Not like that. Don't get that thought out of your head. I see those thoughts turning in your head. I did not watch Project Melody like that. Not on that site. And the other was Silvervale. Forklifts. Love forklifts. Why? Because I'm forklift certified. That's right. I am. Hazel, what is it? What's your question? What would you like to share with the class? Oh. Must be a big question. Anyway, I'll wait. Oh, what year did... funny you say that. I only jumped to Twitch to start watching live streams on Twitch this year. Pumpkin, there you are. There's my BFF. Everyone, this is Pumpkin, my mod, and my bestie. Some people here may have heard me talk about her in some Discord servers, or talk about them in Discord servers, but they are good peeps. So, to continue your question, Hazel, I had actually been subbed to Spite on YouTube for several years, actually. About 3 or 4 years. Back, I was a ChewTuber. But I didn't start being in the chat until about 6 months ago, I would say. Wait, what's that? Oh, God! Okay, sorry about that. Whew. Junkbot may have actually blown a hole in the side of the ship, but it's patched. It's patched. They're working on it. Anyway, I didn't start watching Spite until about on Twitch in her chat until like 6 months ago. But I have been watching for a while, her stuff on YouTube for a long time. Now, for the big reason, another thing, making friends. I am very introverted, but I do like being adopted by extroverted people. Just someone to grab me and be like, "You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later," and just drag me off like I'm a stuffed animal. I enjoy that. No problem, Hazel. Thank you for the thank you for the question. I'm glad people are interested in knowing. True. Very true, Pumpkin. Uh, chicken wings. They are my favorite food, the best food. And fun fact, I can clean chicken wings the same way a piranha cleans a cow carcass. Pumpkin has seen it in person. They can confirm. In which flavor? I prefer just spicy. The hotter, the better. If it doesn't come with a safe word, I don't want it. It is true. Wing Jesus. Honey barbecue, no. I'm not a fan of sweet and smoky stuff. Not a fan of honey barbecue. Mostly just hot, hotter, hottest. Yeah, I'm sorry, but to each their own. And finally, D&D. I'm a big tabletop D&D fan. In fact, last night I watched a great VTuber D&D charity stream where they raised over 100K for the BCRF. Hey Brooks, how you doing? They did a great job. No problem, Dredgen. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you were able to come. D&D is something that I hold very, very close to my heart. It's something that I wanted to get my father in. It's something that I ended up getting my girlfriend at the time, in. She ended up becoming my DM. Yes, the stream with Vex, Spite, Papa, and Melody. Exactly. With Koomch Slayer. I enjoyed that stream very much. And I hope I can one day be invited to something like that, because I would love that so much. Perhaps we can do something like that in the future. I would love to do that. Dislikes. Let's go with dislikes. Giraffes. The less I say about that, the better. Next thing, very loud noises. I am neurospicy. I will say that right off the bat. I am neurospicy. So things like loud noises at certain frequencies, multiple people talking at once, that can cause me to spin out of control. That is something I cannot take. And I really hope that I don't have to hear more like that. Ableism. As someone who is neurospicy, I have had people be like, just get over it. Just talk to people. Just don't listen to it. Thank you. Did you know that you can live in water forever if you just don't breathe? Yeah. Speaking of underwater, fish. I do not like fish. I know it's good for you. I know it's healthy. Has a lot of oil and fatty acids. I can't eat fish. I have tried multiple kinds of fish. It's just something. It's something to do with the taste and smell. I just don't like the taste. I don't like the smell. I like that they swim, and I like to catch them. I like fishing. But I catch and release. I do not eat the fish. Yeah, right. Thank you. They cured your disabilities with that. Coffee. I cannot drink coffee. It is too bitter. I don't want to ship my suit. Seriously, it's a bitch and a half to clean this thing. And I would just rather have either a sugar free soda or gamer subs. Use code ServerPub for 10% off your order. Who said that? Wasting food. I cannot stand seeing food being wasted. Wasting food is a very big pet peeve of mine, and I hate when I have something on my plate and I can't eat, and I'm too neurospicy to eat it. Yes, I did. I did. Very much so. And I am not sorry. All right. Uh, anyway, wasting food? No. It's something I hate to see, and I just can't. I can't. Unless being by myself. I do not like being alone. At all. It is something as reclusive and insular as I am, I don't like being by myself. And that's something I need to work on. Anyway, this, let me move over here. Ooh, this is my model. My model was made by, my PNG mama was done by Ivy Madden. You can see her at Artist Ivy on Twitter. And the artist behind my reference sheet is none other than Hazel Noah, who you've seen in the chat. Give them both a follow. They do great artwork. They're always kind and courteous, and always willing to deliver with their art. Highly recommend them. Here is the lore about my people. The lore is about my people is that we had a pretty nice planet. Very alpine, with crystal clear seas and rivers, and a lot of mountains. But 600 years ago, my people wasted our resources. So much pollution, strip mining. We hollowed out all the mountains. We drained the seas. And pretty much all of our wildlife was dead, as well as our atmosphere. And a very large solar storm was going to hit our homeworld. Normally, we'd be okay. But with the condition our atmosphere was in, we were screwed. So we had no choice but to build 30 incredibly large ships that carried tens of millions of us to the stars. One alien race was able to pitch in and give us half a dozen, gave us 6 of those 30, and we will always be grateful for them. Hail the Zephyrian Empire. But ever since then, we've lived as nomads, as a fleet. Now, we've had some problems. For instance, because of what we did to our own homeworld, we're not really trusted to settle a new world. And honestly, I get that. I get that very much. Things to know about us Dudeans. We have a very weak immune system. That's why I'm in this suit. It's not like if you cough on me, I'm going to die. But if there's a breach in my suit, most likely I'm going to have a fever. I'm going to be out for a couple days due to living in space for so long. Next thing is having poisonous blood. Our blood is very, very toxic, and if ingested, you tend to go through the same symptoms as, well, I would say stonefish. Yeah, that's the venomous thing on your world. So yeah, though I've noticed that some beings are immune to it, like dragons, or fey dogs, or daughters of Cerberus. Like I said before, normally we're seen as irresponsible, but also thieves sometimes. We sometimes get called suit rats due to us being able to carry off with lots of things. Though I would just say we're more like scavengers, but that's just me. And males can also bear children in addition to females, so mpreg is a thing. Next slide. I'm here because I was salvaging by Alpha Centauri, and I found a satellite that came from you guys. I went to check it out. You guys have a lot of debris up there. I can see it out my window right now. But seeing the condition you guys put the planet in kind of reminded me of what my people had went through, and I really don't want to see that happen to you guys. So I've set up shop above Earth, gathering up all this orbital debris, and I want to be able to make friends with you guys. Yeah? Yeah. Let me tell you about my favorite games. My favorite games of all time are the Mass Effect series. Yes, even Andromeda, they needed more time to cook. EA just screwed them over. And is part of the inspiration for my PNG. A race of people that live in a fleet, wear suits all the time to not get sick. Where have I heard Andy likes Mass Effect? Anywho, Red Dead Redemption, Arthur Morgan, one of my top 3 greatest characters, not just in video games, but in fiction. And plus, I love being a cowboy, baby. I want to be a cowboy, baby. Third, Hard Space Shipbreaker. It is a ship salvaging game. A ship salvaging game. I wonder why I like it so much. Dead Space. All games, even 3. 3 is actually my favorite. That's why I love my thruster boots. 5. Pokemon. I love Pokemon. Totodile and Slowpoke are my 2 favorite Pokemon of all time. Slowpoke is so cute. I would want one as a pet. I'd probably need to child-proof everything, though. Next, Ninja Gaiden 2. That is my sweaty game. That is the game where I will play on the hardest difficulty and be willing to rage. Because I played it and I beat it on some of the hardest difficulties it had on the original 360. It was hard as fuck, but I Took a year, but I finally beat the campaign on the easiest difficulty. You can only imagine what I went through after that. Next, Donkey Kong Country. It was the first video game on a console that I had ever played, and it's one that I played with Dimble Mom back when I was young. And it's why Donkey Kong is my favorite, one of my favorite Nintendo characters. Not Mario, not Link. I've never actually played a Legend of Zelda game before. So, I know. Crazy. Marvel Rivals. I have gotten into it. I like it because I like playing with friends. I cannot aim though, which is why I usually main Mantis and Scarlet Witch. And if someone I know was in here hearing me say that I love playing Scarlet Witch so much, he would probably slap the ever living hell out of me. Yes, I do enjoy playing healers mostly. I started out with Luna Snow, but then I switched more to Mantis because I can't aim. Oh, welcome back, Pumpkin. Glad you could. Glad the doggo got picked up. So yeah, Marvel Rivals, and that's something I wouldn't mind playing on stream with you guys. I would enjoy that. Number 9 for my favorite video games, The Force Unleashed. I loved this game so much as a kid. I loved everything about it, using the Force to do some insane shit. Punting a Jawa after shocking it with Force Lightning, pulling down a Star Destroyer. It was like if Dragon Ball Z and Star Wars had a kid. And then they had to ruin it with the sequel. Bullshit. And finally, Fast Penguin. This is another racing game. This is a racing game I really, really enjoy. It's a racing game with penguins. Plus, I loved playing this one game when I was younger called Downhill Domination. And this gives similar vibes, but in a more family-friendly sense, where you race downhill as a penguin that you can customize. I think recently they did a collab with Fairy Tail, the anime, and that was pretty sick. My favorite kinds of music, usually heavy metal, but I'm also prone to liking some K-pop. My favorite bands are Volbeat. They come from Little Denmark, and I got to see them in concert with Pumpkin a couple months back, and it was a fun time. My favorite song among them is either Radio Girl or Time Will Heal. And if I hear the song Cape of Our Hero play, I will bawl like a little child. Actual baby bitch tears. Next band, Funeral Portrait. I've enjoyed them since I started watching them or listening to them. Huh, what are the odds? Trix, hey, welcome on in. I've just been going through my slideshow. Funeral Portrait, ever since I heard there's one song, My Head is a Prison, I believe. Oh, my head is a prison. Yeah, let's just go with that. I've been following them on social media and listening to their songs for ever since. Dreamcatcher, that is my favorite K-pop band. There is no other. I enjoy them. And yeah, my favorite songs among them is Vision. Vision and Scream. Next, Ice Nine Kills. This is a band that I have been listening to for 2 years, 1 or 2 years, and I love their music. I love how they were able to base so many, yeah, more than two. Uh, I love that they base so many of their songs on horror films, and their most recent one is based on the Joker called The Laugh Track. So check them out. Chungha, she is my favorite K-pop performer. I love that she went solo, and she's just an incredible dancer. You know why I think I enjoy her so much? Because you can tell in her eyes that she loves dancing. She loves it. You can see it in the way she performs, the her chemistry with her backup dancers. She enjoys it, and it's people like that who really enjoy what they do that I vibe with. And finally, Hailstorm. God, Lizzie Hale has such beautiful pipes on her. And she was also at the Volbeat concert. I may have bottomed a little. Next is what I like to call my Oshi Council. Some people have heard of it, but I have a lot of Oshis. But I also have top Oshis. So, starting from the bottom to the top, we have my art Oshi, Awu, Awu Inu, who I believe is still live right now. But anyway, she does fun art streams. She's a great dancer as well. Love her new 3D VR chat model. And she's just a lot of fun. Next, my music Oshi, Umi Kyoku. I have never seen another VTuber put so much of their heart and soul into their songs. Endless Blue, Night of Falling Stars, Tragical Girl. They are all bangers. I highly recommend them. And God, do I love Yanderays. She is a pink whale shark VTuber. Next is my cozy Oshi, Polar Perry. She's someone I've gotten to know over a couple months. She is a penguin VTuber. Shocker, huh? But I enjoy her cozy vibes and that she's also a fan of Totodile. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's pure coincidence. Pure coincidence. Next is my vibes Oshi, Nostro Scythe. You can't say that you're not a VTuber, Nostro. I've seen the Suica model. Suck it up, puppy boy. Struggler, hey, how's it going? But yeah, Nostro, you're a VTuber, okay? You're on the council. Next is my reaction Oshi, Kizuna Kip. He is very fun. a dingus as well. He has a lot of based takes on his reaction videos on YouTube. And sure, he may be a Yubel player in Yu-Gi-Oh, but hey, everybody has their flaws. Next is the not safe for work Oshi. And that is Cottontail VA. I'm sorry, what were we talking about? Yeah, Cotton. I like that she's neurospicy just like me. And yeah, she's also a great singer and does good ASMR and other stuff. Moving on. My yapping Oshi. Itzy. She is Schramp from Norway. I could listen to her yap about stuff all day. She's also a big fan of Vocaloids. Very big fan. She will talk about it nonstop. Oh yeah, a lot of them tend to be. And Itzy was actually the first VTuber that welcomed me into her community. She was the first Oshi in years I had made, and she kind of helped me come out of my shell as a chatter, first on YouTube and then over to Twitch. Jar, there you are, buddy. I was wondering where you were. Thank you for the follow. Glad you could make it. We were just going over my Oshi council. Yeah, you are. You've got a lot to do. I'm very surprised you even made it. But let's continue on. Yeah, Itzy. We finished Itzy. Friend Oshi would be Ash Grayson. She is a Werepire VTuber. She recently debuted with her 1.0 model. It's fire. And she's doing a subathon as well. That'll be carrying on into next month. So I'd recommend stopping by her streams, maybe give a follow, maybe a sub, maybe some biddies. I know if you like Elden Ring, you'll like her because she just got into it and is now obsessed with it. She now loves Blythe, the werewolf swordsman. Thanks, Elden Ring. That's another one who's fallen. But yeah, she's a friend Oshi. I've been in her VCs. She and her community are incredible people. The Cub Club. Highly recommend checking them out. My gaming Oshi. Heavenly Father. My glorious King. Still, best Tekken player I will. Hands down. No, I don't care that Zen has beaten him before. In fact, I think I may have watched Heavenly before I even saw VTubers. Heavenly is your Kami, Zero? Hell yeah, brother. I like Heavenly's material. I started watching him with Russian Badger back before before VTubers became a thing in my life, and I've just been watching his content since. My mentor Oshi, Alistair Trin. Yeah, agreed. Alistair Trin, my mentor Oshi. She is. I pretty much owe being able to do this right now. thanks to her. She is a succubus, demon, vampire thing who's also does ASMR and does a lot of NSFW stuff as well. But she's also one of the biggest sweethearts that I have ever met. She taught me how to use OBS. She's been there to support me with my decision from the get go. And more than likely, one day we might be able to collab, which she offered. And I will always be thankful for that. So much so that today I am wearing her sweatpants that you can buy off Uwu Market. So I'd recommend checking them out as well. And finally, the top, the head of the table, my tribal chief, my Kamiyoshi, Spite. I love. Yeah, that's my Kamiyoshi right there. The Cerber pup, the goober, the Blue Bob, Miss Blue Bobs herself, Spite, the VTuber. Yes, I am indeed a chew toy. The twerk queen. The coochie slayer, if you will. I have been watching her on YouTube for years, but only this year have I finally worked up the courage to actually chat in her streams. So, and I love how weird she is. She is just like me in so many ways, in having such intrusive thoughts like, what if we just drank the bleach? Or, I want to fall down these stairs. What if I bit you right now? Just, ow. And I vibe with that so much. And that she isn't afraid to be that weird around people. And I love that. And that's why she's been probably one of my biggest inspirations for doing this and eventually wanting to be a VTuber. Once I'm able to get a model. Who knows? Maybe that'll happen one day. But yeah, that is my Oshi Council. I would highly recommend giving them all a follow if you can. If not on Twitch, then maybe on Twitter. Yes, I will call it Twitter. I will always call it Twitter. I will stop dead naming it Twitter when he stops dead naming his daughter. But anyway, this is our mascot, the Junk Bot. I use these guys to collect salvage and debris. That's you, chat. This design was also made after Hazel Noah. I wanted something a little bit ramshackle in its design. And something I want to do is be able to release a blank template of this so anyone who follows or subscribes one day subscribes once that's done can color it and add decals and stuff to it and make your own little junk bot. Yeah, he's just a little guy. Look at him. is a baby. It's just a baby. And the nickname for the community, it will be called the Junkers. I was originally going to call you guys Junkies, but yeah, I felt that may have different meanings, if you catch my drift. Yeah. So, here's my schedule. I will be streaming Thursdays, Fridays, so I will be streaming tomorrow. Sundays, possibly. I will leave that up in the air. And Mondays, all at 2 p.m. Streams will usually go for like maybe 2 hours, I'd say. Let's go with that. 2 or 3 hours, tops. So we should have some fun with that. We'll be doing some gaming, we'll be doing some yapping, but it'll be a good time all around. Here's what you can really expect from me. We're going to be chatting. We're going to be vibing. We love to vibe. We might do some reactions. That, now that I think about it, maybe not. It's kind of hard when you're a PNG. We'll save that. We'll put a pin in that for models. Or, yeah, for a model. Yeah. Some gaming. We'll be playing stuff like Marble Ribbles, Fast Penguin, Hard Space Shipbreaker. Yes, you are going to watch me salvage ships. It helps the tism. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely be vocal on them. And eventually, hand cam painting. That is something I want to do one day. I don't have a hand cam right now, but one day I hope to. And once that's possible, I want to be able to paint models with you guys. For anyone who paints models or draws or does art of any kind, that'll be a good way to vibe. Yeah, we'll work up to it. That's definitely a goal. And speaking of goals, here are the goals. My goals are fairly simple. Well, most of them are. Yeah, baby steps. My goals will be to reach 100 followers on Twitch. So, definitely something within the realm of possibilities. You need a minimum of, I believe, 25 for things like affiliate. So, that should be within the realm. Collab with a member of the Oshi Council. That may actually be a thing. Thanks to, it may be a thing. Who knows? Schedules can be weird. It can be hard to put stuff together. But a Spite Dimble collab. Oh god. I can only imagine if Hard Space Shipbreaker was co-op. Spite. No, Spite! You forgot to turn off the fuel! Oh, please manifest. I would cry and die happy. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Another goal, get sponsored by Gamer Subs. That would be amazing if I could use code Dimble for 10% off. That would be incredible. Like, I'm not expecting one day to get a waifu cup. No one wants to see Dimble with the double D's. Or do you? I don't know. We'll put a pin in that. Aw. Uh, Next, do a meet and greet at a convention. Uh, I do want to go to conventions, and I would love to do a meet and greet at a convention. It might be live. It might not be. Who knows? We'll see how that happens. I doubt I'll reach the level of success, but it's something to hang on to. That's something for in the distance. Uh, yeah, virtual meet and greet would be great. Next goal: have 100 members in the Discord server. I am working on a Discord server. However, it's just kind of hard getting the right plugs and bots in because I'm not too good with that. Uh, I would probably need some help, so I might be looking for a Discord mod to help me out with that. And if we reach even 100 members in that server, I would be proud. I'd consider that a success. Yeah, Discord is definitely a learning curve. I started crying when I saw what webhooks were. Next goal: get partnered on Twitch. That is the furthest goal I could ever see. That is the furthest. Like, that is other side of the galaxy. I doubt I'll ever get partnered. I doubt I'll ever reach partner. I would be happy just for affiliate. But if we do, wonderful. Because I would love to do this. You'll be good as mod of Discord if you... Oh, they're already a mod for my Discord server. Hazel. Next goal would be to release merch. Yeah, we'll work on it together. Yeah, we'll work on it together. Don't worry about that. Releasing merch. That is another distant goal. Probably the second distant. But it's something I would love to do. Like, I would love to have a Junkbot plushie. You could grab it, you can pelt it, you can punt it. The kind of merch I want to release would be, of course, the Junkbot plushie, an acrylic keychain of yours truly, maybe a Docky. Okay, we can work on that. Now, I'm not saying a Dimble Docky would be a funny idea, but the jokes, the content. And finally, my final goal is build a community that we can all be proud of. I want to have a fun community with with good junkers who are proud, supportive, non-toxic. We can just vibe, hang out, and chill. That is something I would love to see. And I hope I can do that with you guys. That would be incredible. And I'm glad you could be one of the first junkers, Brooks. And you, Zero, and Jar, and Hazel. All y'all in the chat. If you ever want to use tags in my for things like Twitch or on Twitter or Blue Sky, you can use these tags for general stuff. It's Dimble Dude. For any artwork you want to do, it's Dimble Doodles. For any NSFW stuff, it's Dimble Damn. If you want to make any clips or things like that, you can use the hashtag salvaged shorts. If you ever make any stuff like plushies or things like that, or you bought merch that I released one day, you can use hashtag scrap swag. For any memes about me or a junk bot, just use the hashtag junker jokes. Oh yeah, I forgot the other thing. The other goal: do a cover. I would love to sing and do a cover for you guys. I have a couple of ideas. So for things like music, just use the hashtag Junker Jams. Because I do enjoy singing, I just have never really had the time to do it, and I am not good audibly when it comes to audio software. So I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. However, there are some audio mixers that I would like to get in touch with if I'm ever able to. But yeah, those are my goals. So that's my PowerPoint. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, for staying here for the PowerPoint. I want us to have a good stream every day, and I want to be able to make more friends. I do want to take a 5-minute break, so when we come back, we can do some more yapping, because I would love that. Plus, I need to get something to drink. BRB. Welcome back. Oh, welcome back. Hey. So I just wanted to do a bit of yapping before we ended things. Welcome back. Thank you, Struggler. Wow, you guys have been quite busy. Hey, Brooks, thank you. Uh, I'm gonna be real. This is something that I've wanted to do for years, but I never really had the. I never had the. I was always too scared to do so. I was always a coward when it came to stuff like that. I would always chicken out, but thanks for stopping. And thank you for the Jorkin jar. I appreciate that. um, but yeah, I was always too much of a coward to really do this. But until recently, when I know it's something that I talked about with Pumpkin, but I originally just wanted it to be just a fantasy because I would be disappointed with the reality. I would feel like I failed. I was so scared of failure that I didn't want my fantasy to be ruined. But then I started watching Spite, and she inspired me to work better on myself, to to work myself better, to lose more weight, to take care of myself, and to actually start streaming. Because there are so many VTubers out there, and I know that the market is pretty much saturated, but it's something I want to do. Not for success, not for uh, not for fame. I just want to make friends with my Oshis. I just want to hang out and chill with my Oshis. Sure, I'll happily welcome fame and success and getting like tier 3 subs and being able to do subathons, which is something I wouldn't mind doing one day. But for now, I just want to vibe with you guys, and if something comes along, great. If any VTubers want to watch, great. Wonderful. If any VTubers want to collab, I'll take that instantly. Except for one. You know who she is. Anyway, I just want to make friends. It's. I just like making friends. So let's get out there. Let's make friends. All right, chat. I just realized this yapping session was going to be a whole lot shorter than I thought it would be. Well, fuck. Anyway, I think we might actually end stream here because I don't really know much else to do. I know tomorrow we're going to be we're going to be doing some Fast Penguin, or at least try to. I hope so. Yeah, that'll be fun. You've never actually seen Fast Penguin, huh, Pumpkin? I can't wait to show you. Oh, you got GD Queer as well. Nice. For anyone who doesn't know, Pumpkin is not only a mod for me, they are also a mod for GDQ, and they're going to be modding for their event GD Queer, which, if you don't know, GDQ is games done quick. They do a lot of speed runs and stuff for a lot of charities like Doctors Without Borders, things like that. So yeah. Again, like in the PowerPoint, I stream Sundays and Mondays, Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. Sundays will be optional. Sundays are played by ear. And yeah, I'm really happy that this is a thing. I'm really happy that I was able to do this, and I can't wait to share the rest of this PNG tubing, maybe one day VTubing, with you guys. And for all the other junk bots that come along that are along the way. All right? So thank you all so much for watching my debut. I'm so happy that I was finally able to do it. I'm proud of myself too. And I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. All right? In transmission.